I quit my 9-to-5 job to move to Japan to wrestle. In this video, I'm going to take all of you with me to my first ever match and show in Japan with Big Japan Pro Wrestling, which included a almost 6-hour bus ride through the night from the dojo in Tokyo all the way to Osaka to wrestle against two of Big Japan's best wrestlers. And you can imagine an English speaker who speaks zero Japanese, things might not have gone as I expected. However, I mean that for the better, and we'll find out exactly what I mean by that in the video. So let's start off by showing you the journey to Osaka.
It's now Saturday, we've been here since Wednesday, and the trip has picked up massively since getting this accommodation.
It's like being back at home now that I've got a cat here. I'm loving life.
And I'm ready now to hit the gym, and I'm just walking around this street. I'm in a new neighbourhood, Okubo. I'm staying in an apartment, guest house, and yeah, it's just way better. So the plan now is hit a workout. I'm going to do chest and shoulders, head back to the house, get sorted, and then head to the dojo tonight, where we'll be travelling to Osaka through the night for the debut match of the big man in Big Japan. I'm looking forward to it.
So, Japanese gyms are, in a word, mental, and I'll cover exactly what I mean by that in a future video, but just know that I did get barred out of a Gold's Gym while I was in Japan. But after the workout was done, it was time to get to the dojo, and this is what we've got right here. Now, I just had to play that sound in the train stations because that is a very, I don't want to say nostalgic because it's not been too long for me to be nostalgic about me trip to Japan, but it was a sound that just instantly brought back good memories of Japan because I heard it a lot. So what we're doing here is just killing time before getting back to the dojo, exploring some of the main streets of Tokyo before eventually heading back to the dojo. Dig it!
No pocket.
Just a knife.
So it's time to depart for the first show. And here we are on the big Japan bus. It is a big bus. So we've been on the road for about 2 and a bit hours, had about an hour's sleep, and we're hitting our first service station in Japan. Doesn't look like any Weatherby, but it looks like we've got a Family Mart. Weatherby, eat your heart out.
So after that 5.5, probably close to 6-hour journey with the stops and things like that, finally arrived at Osaka, and this was nothing compared to the Hokkaido tour that I did later in my trip with Big Japan, where we were sleeping multiple nights in a row on the bus. It was very difficult, and I'll talk about that in a future video, so subscribe to see that video when that drops. I got no sleep on that bus, no sleep whatsoever. Pulled up to the venue. Luckily, this was one of the shows that we didn't have to do the ring setup for. There was another show that had already been in the venue. I don't know if it was the day before or they're doing multiple days. So the ring was already set up when we arrived, so that saved us a job. Was able just to get there, get sorted, find a local shop to get some drinks and stuff like that, and then start planning the match.
So the show's all ready to go, rings up, everything is prepared and done. I am one thirsty and one tired motherfucker. So I'm finding the nearest Lawson shop. Going to go and get myself some H2. Woo! But I actually feel fucking knackered, better than any sleep. just feel very tired. Feel just knackered, tired, so yeah, let's get shit sorted.
So this match didn't go as I anticipated, and what do I mean by that? Well, one, Shreddy won. Shreddy got the big dub in his debut, so that was very nice. But more specifically, the reason this didn't go as I expected was just because of the difference in philosophy, the difference in psychology between Japanese tag matches and American/English tag matches. The idea behind a tag match in your American English style matches is you isolate one of your opponents, you cut the ring off so that person can't get the tag to his tag partner. So typically you would have your faces shine up, your heels would eventually cut them off, your heels get the heat on the baby face, preventing them from getting the tag till eventually the face manages to get the hot tag, partner comes in, big house of fire, and you go to the finish from there. Very simplified approach to look at things, but that's kind of a typical structure. As a heel in American or English tag matches is to prevent your opponent from making a tag. As a babyface, if you're on the receiving end of heat, you've took enough, your job is to make that tag. And you structure the match story around that. In Japan, it's much more a case of multiple singles matches going on with the ability to tag in and out. The idea of cornering the ring or cutting the ring off and cornering your opponent isn't as strong of a structure or isn't as strong as a philosophy. It is still obviously there in some matches, but it's not like the end all be all of a tag match. So the psychology and the philosophy of those matches was very different in terms of planning compared to what I was used to back home. That and the language barrier. I expected it to be very difficult to work and plan matches in Japan when I know no Japanese in the guys that I'm working. Some of them would speak really good English, some of them very, very limited English. However, I do have some experience performing in Japan of working international wrestlers who speak different languages. The match planning process far more simple than what I anticipated. Now, because I was a guest with Big Japan, the way that I approached my matches was I let them tell me what they wanted to do. So they were my senior in this example. I was a guest to them. So I would let the most experienced people in the ring start planning the match there. So they would kind of say, okay, this, Shreddy tag in, Shreddy spot, and then I would insert my move, insert my spot to accomplish what they were wanting to achieve. So the process of planning the matches was way easier than what I anticipated, which made working a lot of matches in Japan a lot easier than what I thought. Obviously, you had to remember stuff, but because it was in a tag match, it was a little bit easier than just remembering a full singles match. What I did find is by the end of the tour, I almost felt like I wasn't working, I wasn't wrestling, I was performing. I was just do my spot, get out, do my spot, get out. Whereas working in wrestling, it's more about working on the fly, being able to react and anticipate, being able to react, what's going on with the crowd, react off your opponent more. Whereas in Big Japan, things were very precise, at least in the matches that I was working in. Could have been because I was new, but it did make the process far more simple to work, and I did enjoy it. But towards the end of the tour, I was ready to get back home to just work a little bit more on the fly, where things aren't as micromanaged step by step. I've got loads more videos to come, loads more things to cover in preparation for me going back to Kyushu Pro Wrestling, back to Japan in March of 2026. But please do let me know down in the comments what you would like to see me cover about my first tour of Japan, and then when I go back to Japan, anything you'd like to see there. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to be notified of when all videos do drop. And remember that this ain't no gimmick, it's a lifestyle.